Facebook ads are still easily one of the most effective forms of digital marketing available today, but they also come with their share of headaches and pains and frustrations, especially when you sink your hard-earned time and money and energy into creating what you think is the perfect Facebook ad only to watch it fall flat on its face. Annoying. That's why in this video we're talking all about the real reason your Facebook ads aren't converting, and I'm giving you my best advice on how to fix it once and for all. Let's get to it. Hey there, my name is Erhart, Modern Marketing Strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you make marketing that matters. So if you're interested in learning about the latest and greatest marketing strategies, tools, tips, tricks, and tactics, well, you may want to consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Alright, as great as Facebook is, I also fully understand it can be equal parts annoying, especially if you've got a campaign that just won't convert. Maybe you're getting impressions, but no clicks. Or maybe you're getting clicks, but they're not sticking around long enough to see your page load. Or maybe you're getting all that and the page is loading just fine, but they're not sticking around long enough to actually convert. Well, after 7 years of running a Facebook advertising agency, having created, managed, and audited countless thousands of ads, I can confidently say that there's one quality that all the winning ads seem to have that the losing ones did not. But first, a shout out and big thank you to Charity Swipes for sponsoring this episode. You see, Charity Swipes has created a way for business owners to help various charities without costing them a penny. They're a credit card processing company, and when they process your card, a portion of the fees that normally goes to Visa or MasterCard is instead transferred to a great cause. To learn more about how you can save money on credit card processing while also helping out great charities, make sure to check out their link in the description box below. Now, before we get into the real reason that your Facebook ads aren't converting, first we need to cover a few potential causes or at least influencing factors that could be contributing to your lack of conversions. First off, it's likely not your image. Now, the image is important, and in fact, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I'm a stickler for a really good image. So if your ad is suffering from, say, really low click-through rates, well then the image is going to be a great place to start, but it's not necessarily the key factor in conversions. It's also unlikely to be the placements that you've chosen. Whether you've chosen all placements and you're letting Facebook optimize across all of its different available options, or you've decided to focus in on just the newsfeed or just Instagram, these are influencing factors but are unlikely to be make or break deals when it comes to increasing conversions. Alright, now that we've identified two factors that it probably isn't, let's talk about a couple more that potentially could be. The first of which is your targeting. After all, if let's say you're advertising dog toys and you're putting these in front of cat lovers, well, you're obviously not going to get a lot of traction. The key here is to make sure that your targeting is really on point and that you're dialing in exactly who you're trying to reach. Fortunately, Facebook gives you just incredibly sophisticated targeting options, so there's really no excuse here for not dialing in on exactly who your ideal target market is. The next factor it could potentially be is your budget. After all, let's say you're going for webinar leads and you're hoping to get them for $10, or appointment leads and you're hoping to get them for $20, and you've set a daily budget of $5, well, you're unlikely to get a lot of conversions that day, right? It's just simple math. So a key fix here is really just upping the budget. Alright, now that we've got all those covered, let's talk about the real reason your Facebook ads probably aren't converting. The single biggest reason that I see, and I've seen for years across why Facebook ads just aren't converting, is the offer. In other words, the failing Facebook ad is making an offer that nobody wants. Now, listen closely because this part's important. This does not mean that nobody wants your business or your product or your service. It just means that the way it's being communicated in the ad is making it less desirable than the needed offer desirability quotient in order to get them to take action. Basically, the offer you're making isn't worth the effort required to get them to take action. I know this sounds overly simplistic, but far more often than not, I've gotten the best results not by changing the image or the budget or the targeting or the placements, but simply by reworking the offer in order to make it more interesting, more appealing, and more desirable to the target market. So here's how to fix this. The very first step in tweaking your offer for maximum conversion is to dive deep into the psyche of your ideal customer or client. First off, what are their pains, their fears, and their frustrations? We call these miseries, and they're a great starting point in order to identify and really help move your ideal customer away from these nightmares. Next, lay out their wants, their needs, their dreams, and their desires. These are called their miracles, and we want to move them closer to here and essentially lay out a path to help get them there. Which leads us perfectly into the next step to bridge the gap and essentially to lay out how your product, your service, your business helps them get from where they are to really where they want to be in as simple and straightforward a way as possible. Make the pain of where they are real and the benefits of where they could be both tangible and emotional, and you'll be well on your way. The final step is to not stop at just one offer, but rather to approach their problems and your unique solution from a variety of different angles and with different hooks and messages. Even the best in the business, well, we don't always know which angle, which hook, and which message is going to knock it out of the park right off the bat. That was like two baseball analogies in one. That's why we're always testing, creating new offers, and putting it in front of our target markets in order to find out which ones are going to resonate and which ones are going to convert. If you put all these steps into play and focus on coming up with a more irresistible offer, your Facebook ads conversions will have nowhere to go but up. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and say hello in the comment section below. Also, for more great content like this, make sure to head over to AdamErhart.com, which is packed full of resources, videos, and more tips and tricks to really help grow your business and marketing to the next level and way beyond that. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on The Modern Marketing Show.